And just like that, welcome to Worldwide Ramblings. My name is Jack Allen Willard, your kindly host, and we are going to have a good time tonight. It's our Saturday night party. That's when we do it live at 11 p.m. East Coast time, most Saturday nights here at the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned. But of course, if you miss the live party, you probably know how to go to the live section of our channel, Virtual Church of the Disillusion, and watch the replay. And you can interact there, and we'll interact back with you when we see it. All right. So we have always a big audience for the replay. It could be bigger, like it to be bigger. And we do okay on the live stream, people joining us from various parts of the country. Already have 8 watching now. Identify yourself, name, rank, and serial number, if you will. And who knows how long we'll go tonight, huh? Who knows how long we'll go? We've got some interesting stuff to talk about. Hello, Pam Donnelly. I am here. Melissa, happy Saturday, Jack and all. And there are more of you. We need to know who you are and where you're watching from. You can always use a fake handle. You can always come in incognito. Incognito. Well, that would be different. You know, no problem with being different. Hold the mic too closer and it puts a shadow over my right eye, as I found out in our first new program, which is getting some hits, and I hope it gets a lot more. Some nice compliments there. It's for the serious stuff. It's not happy talk. When you live in the times we live in, you can't do happy talk all the time. But I put my heart into it, and I hope you'll check out uh, Beyond Blatant BS. Beyond Blatant BS. Now, the original title and the title I refer to in the first video is Beyond the BS. But there's a podcast called that. And I have to be respectful there, not copy it. So we have to go with a different title. We thank the GM, the Grand Matriarch, who is now here. She is here. She gave us a nice graphic to go with it. And then I realized that there is a name that the name is being used by 1 or 2 or 3 guys. And they have regular podcast, so we can't use it. So we'll use Beyond Blatant BS. Beyond Blatant BS, because when I started to think about what is a big epidemic, not only in America but in the world, it is BS. Invades everything. It's so funny that the people who say misinformation, they're the ones slinging the BS. That's actually true. And we'll talk all about that. And we'll talk about a little pop culture on there too, to lighten it up a little bit. I talked about Prince Harry in the first show, and we'll have more to say because he's an interesting gentleman, isn't he? Prince Harry. And so is his father, the King of England, who he probably considers his former father now. And, oh, he turned out to be pretty vindictive, King Charles, for a man who's had plenty of his own sins. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So I hope you'll check out Beyond Blatant BS. We'll do at least a show a week here at the virtual church, and it'll always be pre-recorded. Gypsy Diamond, hello everyone. Happy Saturday night into Sunday. Yeah. We often go into Sunday here on the East Coast. We don't make it on the West Coast, of course. I have new glasses on order. I stopped at Cohen's, and they'll be here in 7 to 10 business days. Usually comes faster than they say. They say that so you're happy. Oh, I got them. I got them sooner. I got them in 5 days. Joanne Cooper Troop. Hello, everybody. Joanne works hard with her hubby. Hope everybody's doing okay there, Joanne. Janet Strothman is here. Hello, everybody. As is Judy Wright. I always think of that song, The Cleanup Woman by Betty Wright. Nancy DeMarco, good evening, friends. Yes, you're all here, and that's good. We're climbing now to 13, and tell everybody about it, if you can. And then there'll be those of you watching us on the replay, and you're just as much a part of the family. If you can't join us live, maybe your schedule doesn't permit, or you're not a night person like us. I stay up till 2, 3 in the morning sometimes, and when I have to get up early, I'm doing it on 5 hours sleep if I get that. If I get that. Marianne Rossi, hi everybody. Yeah. Jude in Georgia. I'll go with my sister tonight since we will talk Beatles. Jude in Georgia. Okay, that's cool, Jude. Hello. Hey, Jude. Don't be afraid. Take a sad song and make it better. Make it better. The song that was written for Julian Lennon. Julian Lennon, who looks so much like his father, doesn't he? And the one who inspired this Beatles segment is not with us yet. Where are you, Tedis? I'll wait for you because we're going to do that like as the second topic. Just talk a little about the summer plans and everything like that. So welcome. The videos are doing well. The latest one on that pastor from Benton, Arkansas is going to 2,100 views, and we'll do some of that too. And of course, that topic is always welcome here in our live stream with your comments and questions about it. I'm not ditching the topic completely. I just don't want to have to put it in every title. It feels cheap of me to do that, Um, I don't want to have to use that trick. Well, Brenda and Eddie were still going steady in the summer of 75. Something done, something to the end of the road. And we're talking about scenes from an Italian restaurant by soon to be former New York resident Billy Joel. Yes, Kathy Hochul is even inspired Billy Joel to get the hell out of New York, which I would like to do myself. I really, really would. I don't like to live in a state when I dislike the governor, dislike the New York City DA. Dislike is is not strong enough of a word, but I have no right to hate anybody. Pray for your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. Well, they have persecuted a lot of people by letting crime run rampant, you see. Hello, Carolyn. How is everybody doing? I'm glad you're here as well. Well, what are your summer plans? Summer is just about officially here. Memorial Day weekend is where we consider it that. But Shelley B, you've been talking like it's the start of winter in Australia. Is summer over in Australia? I never really asked you about that. Oh, I know you love the Beatles, and we'll be talking about the Fab Four in just a bit. You say fabulous Fab Four, yeah. So is it summer over in Australia? I'm not quite sure. You're down under there. Now, when Shelley B, do you have the time? We all love the movie Insomnia with the great Al Pacino and the late great Robin Williams, which was shot there. I think it was, right? Yeah, it was. And there was a time when it was sunny 24/7. When does that happen? Get sunshine all the time. Al Pacino playing a cop that gets involved in a whole bunch of craziness, and he has to have these shades, these blackout shades to get some sleep because he has insomnia now. It's a very good movie. Hobdob is here. Yeah, why am I saying, Australia when it's Alaska, Hobnob? See, this is what happens, I'm a few fries short of a Happy Meal now. Of course it is Alaska. Why did I say Australia? Because, I know why, because Shelley has been talking like it's, turning winter there or something like that. What's definitely? Um, I need more than that in real time, Grand Matriarch, to figure out, what you are saying. It's definitely getting cold there, and is it gonna stay that way? I don't understand, but you're right, Hobnob. Wasn't that a great movie? Did you see that? Brilliant acting from Robin Williams playing a, uh, a s I wouldn't say a psychopath, but someone that ends up killing someone, because, she is going to, tell the story. A lot of people die because, the person is just trying to eliminate a witness, trying to eliminate a witness. But Al Pacino says to Robin Williams, and Robin actually quoted this at an award show because Al was in the audience. It might have been the Emmys. It might have been most likely the Oscars. And he says, "Ah, yes, Al Pacino, who said to me in Insomnia, 'You're about as much of a mystery to me as a blocked toilet is to a plumber.'" They're having this big contest now. Who is the biggest icon? Would it be Robert De Niro or would it be Al Pacino? This is like trying to say, is it pizza or lasagna? Which is the best? Well, it's pizza. So I guess that's not a good analogy after all, now that I think about it. What can top pizza? If you don't like pizza, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I'll tell you, I don't. And if you've only had Domino's, then you've never really had pizza. That's something. It's 11 o'clock on a Saturday night, and you just got to have a pizza. That's when you call Domino's in my book. Little Caesars isn't bad, though. It's not real New York pizza, of course, but it's not bad. It's not bad. The sauce and the cheese are pretty good. I always get the square, the deep dish when I go to Little Caesars, which is only a few times a year. Winter officially starts here, 1st of June, but we suddenly went from quite warm to chilly days. Well, that happens here in New York. You know, Winter officially starts December 21st, but we've had snowfalls in October. One time the kids had to go trick or treating with snow on the ground. Usually doesn't work out that way, especially, these days, right? With global warming, I mean, climate change. Climate change will work one year and not the next. You can't rely on that climate change, no matter what Al Gore says. But I love that movie, Hobnob. I did. Insomnia. I really, really did. And that's one of those movies I've seen at least a half dozen times, at least. With the great actress, what's her name? Help me, help me, help me. She played the boy. She tried to disguise herself as a boy and, to, I guess, get in the army, right? What's her name? Hello, Robert Machia. Um, Spumoni Gardens, L and that's either an 8 or a B, L&B Pizza, the best pizza. And where is Spumoni Gardens? I mean, it sounds like an Italian garden, so they must be authentic. Now, I gotta be honest with you, here in New York, there's only a couple in, say, Orange County, New York, a couple of pizza places, 2 or 3, there might be some outside of my immediate area that are still owned by Italians. Mexicans now make the pizza, and make the New York pizza. I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn because I haven't been into one of the 5 boroughs in about 10 years. Oh, here's somebody new. Well, welcome. Hopefully they're a friend and not a foe. Conscious Lifestyle. Hello, Jack. Oh, Troy Lean here. Okay, you're using a different handle. Oh, I wonder if Jay Masters will use a different handle because he's a trucker. Hello, Jack. Troy Lean here. I have missed everyone the last couple of weeks. Happy to be here tonight. Well, we're happy to have you, Troy Lean. Troy Lean, Troy Lean, Troy Lean. That would work. You could do that. In fact, we could make that into a parody song of Jolene. We could put all different lyrics in there and wouldn't have to pay anybody a dime because who wrote Jolene? Was it Porter Wagner? Was it Dolly herself? I think it was Dolly, right? I could be wrong about that. Hello, Robert. I'm glad you're here. Redneck Ways Giovanni Pizza is the best. Now I'm getting hungry for pizza. See, I should have never mentioned this. I should have never mentioned this. Oh dear, Deborah Lake. Hi, Deborah. I'm glad you're here as well. We got about 23 and growing, and we haven't even started our topics yet. But we're going to talk Beatles in just a little bit. Don't worry about that. Whatever your favorite topic is, you can interject that too. We don't censor here in the live stream. I may totally ignore, someone who's a troll, but we won't. Then I'll block them from the channel later. Say, well, how good is that, really? Joanne Cooper Troop, Dolly Parton wrote Jolene. Yeah, okay, yes. I thought so. I thought so. Did you see anybody see gee, I should have taken a picture and put it on Google Photos. Dolly Parton without the wig and without the makeup. I mean, she's still attractive, but she could walk down right past you on the street and you would never know. Totally different. 100%. Still a good-looking woman, but somebody like you would see at the PTA meeting or something, you know what I'm saying? I've never been to Dollywood, and I was so close to going. We were in that area, and I really wanted to go to Dollywood, and I feel a loss. Yeah, it was, Brenda, it was, and that's, I guess, her signature song, right? There's a few. She has a few. Certainly, 9 to 5 was a mega hit and a great movie that she and Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda were in with a great Dabney Coleman. He's still alive, but a very old guy, doesn't kind of look like himself anymore. But Dabney Coleman was wonderful. He got his start on soaps. I'm trying to think which soap it was. Was it Another World? Was it Santa Barbara? But Dabney Coleman did a lot of movies, of course. He did on Golden Pond. He played Jane Fonda's boyfriend, and Henry Fonda was screwing with him. He was a dentist. He was screwing with him, and at one point, Dabney Coleman's character had enough and said, "You're having a lot of fun, aren't you? You're having a lot of fun, but I'll take so much of it. I just want to warn you, I'll take so much of it." Dabney Coleman as the boss in 9 to 5. Oh, man. Precious actor. You been to Dollywood, Joanne Cooper Troop? It is fun, right? I bet I love it. I bet I'd love it. We need some more Americana here in America. We're being overtaken by people that hate this country, and it just makes me sick. Um, really, really, really. Conscious Lifestyle. Love that movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Dolly is just so multifaceted. She's just a national treasure. Well, here's the man who inspired the Beatles topic. Hello, Jack. I'm listening in blank, 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 dot, dot, dot. Oh, you're listening in. I get it. Okay. I got it. I see, Tennis. We'll be talking Beatles in a little bit. Dennis from Boston. Hi, Jack. Checking in. Yes. Well, I think we have a room reserved for you. No smoking. No smoking in the room, Dennis. All right. Dennis from Boston. You can have some baked beans, though. You can have a lager, but you don't drink. I remember that, right? You don't drink. I just don't know what it is about beer, but it makes me want to puke. I don't like beer. I don't get it. I I've tasted a few, I suppose, and people go on about it. I did get drunk one time in my life. I mean, I'm talking drunk, and it was on beer. I can't believe it. It goes back to the late 70s, and the man who lives right in this house downstairs was with me. We used to be the best of friends. It's kind of weird now, you know? Now he is used of God to be the person I must learn to love again, even though I'm always cleaning up after him and his politics. Uh, oh well, Vito Yazzo is here. No more alcohol. Well, I can't have no more alcohol, Vito, as we talked about on our Welcome to Summer party. And by the way, the Welcome to Summer party will be back within a few days. As soon as I've had a very busy week, I've been working with a gentleman who's 94 more in the last. I think I had 6 days in the last, and he's a wonderful man. 6 7 days I've been working with him because there was just a need. People, his daughter was going away and whatever, and so I was not able to get this edited. There's misinformation in that video. I should have checked it out before I just spilled it out here onto the live stream. I don't want it to stay there, so we're just going to edit that part out concerning something that was said in the 5 6 um 23 sermon. I think that was the date. Not true, and I should have known that. So Vito, I think I'm letting my hair grow for a little while. Vito is my hair guy, and he is a salon owner here in the Hudson Valley. And I was in Brother Bruno's Pizza the other day, and I felt a tap on my shoulder. Karen was with me, and he was going to get some pizza for his wife and few other people. He claimed he wasn't going to have any, so I don't know. Um, but we'd still like to do what you're talking about, Vito, in terms of singing Elvis songs for the people. I don't know if it would work in this studio. I have a control board that you could probably plug into because you have to plug in your track machine and bring a mic with you, which we'd have to set this up in advance to do it live. That's 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. I don't think you want that. But then again, the people would probably like to request songs. Then you'd have to be finding those songs, and it could be very difficult to do live. So maybe we could do pre-recorded. But check out Vito Yazzo, Vito. Well, you see it. And Yazzo is Yozzo. Check out all his tracks. He doesn't just sing Elvis songs. He sings songs from everybody. And check out his YouTube channel, and you'll enjoy his singing. You'll enjoy his music. And that's right, you're going to be doing a gig soon. I forget what you told me, Vito. Where will you be, Vito? You've got a gig coming up this summer here in the Hudson Valley. If I think about it long enough, I'll be able to pull it out of my brain, I hope. Christopher Watson going to Stratton, Colorado next month. Really? Don't get a nosebleed. Hey, Christopher, you stay away from that pot store. Make you fuzzy. Make you all fuzzy in the head. Even the edibles. Even the edibles. First thing my daughter did when she went to Colorado, because her husband has relatives there, but she went to the pot store. uh, Karen here in New York, she has the medical marijuana card. We've been a few times. She can't smoke it. She ends up coughing it all out. We got to get some brownies for her, I think, even though she's a diabetic. She would love that. Eastern High Plains. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So Cheryl Everhart from Georgia. Hi, Jack and family. So glad that you have joined us. I've never been to Colorado, Christopher. I never have. No drinking for Dennis in Boston. Yeah. Jack, get gum. Get gum. I thought you were just going to say, get to the topics. Get to the topics. Um, you mean they have marijuana gum, Pam Donnelly? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, gummies. Yes, yes. That's what we got to do. I think you're right, Pam, because she's just not someone who can master the art of inhaling. And it is. When I try it, I'm I'm coughing too. I'm better at it than her because I was a child of the 70s. But even then, my friends were all doing it and much, much worse. And I never did any of that except one time. Except one time. Well, two times. One time. Oh, am I going to admit to this on the air? I don't know. I got to think about this. Um, One time, I'm going to play it on the safe side. One time, a friend of mine gave me something that many Hollywood stars have become addicted to. Right, one time, and it was pure. It was really good stuff, I suppose. We were on a boat on the lake, a bunch of us, and one time I did this particular thing, and it was wonderful. And the lesson I learned from that, because I only did it one time in my life, was that it is, in my opinion, the devil's counterfeit for peace. It is the devil's counterfeit for peace. Um, because those problems are still going to be there. Those challenges, what you need to be doing to improve your life, is still going to be there when you come down. But in that moment, I felt I could conquer the world in that little rowboat or whatever it was. I felt I could conquer the world. I never did it again. One time, the worst time is they were all doing something else. It was speed. Okay. It was speed. And I would never go near something like this because if you are, say, have any kind of fears or if you're paranoid in any way, or if you do a self-fulfilling prophecy, whatever you want to call it, and you take speed, it won't be good. It won't be good. And yeah, I was young, and I was young, dumb, and I won't say the rest. But I took that, and it wasn't 5 minutes when I looked at my friend and I said, I think my heart's beating too fast. I don't feel right. Something's not right. And they were all looking at me very concerned. But my friend was like a real experienced pharmaceutical man, and he gave me something to counteract it. And then it became a wonderful high for a little while. But if it weren't for him knowing what he was doing, I never did that again. That was another thing I never did again. And we're talking 40, whatever the 70s. You do the math. I guess it's 50 years now, right? I can't believe how the time flies. We all have a good time here with our family, Dennis. It's a lovely community. Yes, it is. And Greg Atkins has joined us. Hello, Greg. I'm glad you're a part of the situation. Love this group. Proud to be a member. Hard to find good, clean entertainment. Well, I better watch my P's and Q's then, because I could easily go off the deep end. Ask Shelly B. Sometimes she has to slug me. She has to give me like a what's the word? A virtual a virtual slap. I understand. Big J is here, the trucking man. Jay Masters checking in from the you gotta stretch that word road out like you did the first time. Road. So when are you ever home, Jay? Do you have days at home? My son, as far as I know, have he didn't call me today to tell me elsewise. I assume he is off. He had a long week last week, didn't go home at all, and he will be getting in that truck tomorrow, Sunday, and he'll be, well, it's going to be a short week for him. It's going to be a short week again for him, even shorter because he's got something to do, which he sure doesn't want me sharing here. Um, but I'm glad you're here, Dennis. I'm home for 1 week on the road for usually 4 to 5 weeks. I like that, Jay. Yeah, huh? Wow. Yeah. Are you a long haul trucker? Are you well, I know you're a long haul trucker. Are you a hook and drop guy? Are you a hook and drop guy? I think you are, maybe, right? You're a hook and drop guy, or do you make stops along the way? Um, my son Corey tells me that you can always tell the drop and hook drivers at the loves at the various, whether it be Flying J or whatever. You can always tell the drop and hook drivers. They're the ones with the big belly. They're the ones with a big belly. They're often older guys. They don't want to unload trucks, so they do drop and hook, and some of them live in the truck pretty much. Or they're home very seldom. Dr. Guy Chisholm is here. I'm so honored, from Las Vegas, Nevada, enjoying my time here. Um, I swear, Guy, we will. I do want to talk to you. I was very concerned that I don't have the audience for it right now, but we're building a new program with beyond blatant BS. I know that sounds a little crude, but when you think about what we're hearing today, instead of hearing the wisdom of God, we're hearing a bunch of crybabies BS. It's all over the world now, and as you probably agree, I don't know. Don't let me put words in your mouth, Dr. Guy Chisholm. Do you believe we're in the last days? I think I might have asked you that before. Three severed heads is here. So I'm not ready to do Zoom yet, interviews, but I'm definitely I'm going to be talking to Dandy Andy Red Bear, who's Red Bear on Twitch. You can video game with him, Red Bear on Twitch. We'll be talking about how to do a live stream, and we would probably do a pre-recorded interview. I would love to do that. I really would. It's time to start having guests. That's the only way the show is going to grow, especially the pre-recorded shows. Um, so I think I saw Shelly H check in, didn't I? Hi, everybody, and hi, Jack. Howdy. Howdy to you, Shelly H. Where's Shelly I? We haven't been getting Shelly I might have said something. You're always going to have a certain amount of people you lose. And I'm very happy that one that I thought I lost forever is back now. And you know who you are. So I'm very happy about that because I'm capable of offending people. Radio, regular radio talk guys offend people all the time. They offend people by pulling their call in midstream and going on to the next one because that's how talk radio works. You never let a bad call linger. Better to have someone feelings hurt than your radio show be tuned out. That's the theory that they would have, and there is some truth to that. Yes, Dr. Guy says yes, last days, but I think timing may be different than what we may think it is to unfold. Gee, see, there's one of the things that if you said to me in the Zoom interview, I would ask you to expound on that because I'd like to understand exactly what you're saying. Um, I never myself I try never to. Occasionally, I'll make a comment that could indicate I'm saying we're quite a ways in, but I have no idea. I think that we are at least in the beginning of the last days, and uh, I like. I'm intrigued by what you say. I think timing may be different than what we may think it is to unfold. I'd be asking you to expound on that. Um, Jack, in 340 pounds, I'm definitely a hook and truck guy. Are you 340 pounds, Jay? Now you have to stay away from the Golden Corral, okay? Because the most I ever got to was just a little beyond 270. So I always picture you for some reason to be a young man, Jay. And I'm not asking you to tell your age, but uh, yeah, you just, there comes a time when I'm sure your doctor's telling you all this. You gotta find a way. Gotta find a way to get some of that off. And yeah, you're in a profession that's very difficult to do that. My son jogs, and when he finally has time away from that truck, maybe sometimes he parks it right at Love's and he goes for a jog. Kathleen, I'm still here. Can't say anything to make me stop watching your videos and talking to the family. That's very kind of you to say. Dr. Guy says, I think God has a very different timeline. It's exciting when we recognize a prophetic event. You're absolutely right. It certainly is. I mean, because I wasn't sure that in my lifetime I would get to see it, but it's both exciting and sad all at the same time. I have a plethora of emotions on it. And I also have the obvious notion that maybe I need to get a little more serious about my faith and stop looking at the short skirts and the naughty movies and things like that. It's the hardest thing in the world for me, Guy. When you do something from 7 years old on to say at 67, 60 years later, that I'm not going to do that no more, it's not easy. I don't think it was easy for Paul, as we read in Romans 7. Um, There's video of me yeah, I keep saying because you mentioned that there was video of you, of, of you doing that, benching, um, so I wanna see that, Jay Masters, I really, really do. Have you ever heard of the Power Team with John Jacobs? There's videos of them up. They're retired now, but I used to see them perform live in several venues. They were on the Trinity Broadcasting Network. They were the Cat's Meow for a while. Um, all right. So, yeah, I am curious about your summer plans. Are you headed out? Where are you traveling? And where are some of your favorite spots to go? If you're anything like me, when you find a favorite spot like Maine, you want to go back time and time again. Karen was looking at this house in it's a small summer house for two people tops, you know. Her son would stay here in New York, and she wants this summer house in Orchard Beach, Maine, one of our favorite places. Only $125,000. Only $125,000. I couldn't believe it. How close it is to the beach, I'm not sure, but obviously it's within walking distance because I know the area. And uh I'd love to be able to get that for her. I'd love for us to go up there and spend maybe, I don't know, 12, 15 weeks a year in that area. Sure. But at least it sounds good now. Maybe 12, 15 weeks in Old Orchard Beach, which is right before Portland, as you come down the main road there. Um, Maybe it would seem, after a while, not that much fun, especially, there's an amusement park at Old Orchard Beach and just a great atmosphere, but it's not cheap, the restaurants are touristy priced. They're touristy priced. So, where's your vacation spot? Is the economy, and I don't know if you're watching from a foreign country, um, I don't know how the economy is in your particular area, but is the economy changing your plans? Are you staying closer to home? Um, wow, Dennis was 375, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, of course. Yeah, all went away. All went away. Isn't that great? Being Italian, pasta bothers me. Only a few zitis and I'm done. Miss all the Italian goodies. Oh yeah, even the desserts, right? Did you have those, fried cookies that look like snowflakes? Christmas time cookies there with the powdered sugar, whatever they are. You know, and all the other great, sweets, never to mention mine. I mean, as I have said, Dennis, growing up for a number of years, we were friends with the Candidos, and we went to Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter at the Candidos, and there was nothing like it. They'd start off with a bowl of ziti and real, authentic, local sausage, hot Italian sausage, meatballs, and then they put some beef in there too. Uh, and all blending in this delicious homemade sauce. Have all that. Then you sit back and you talk for a while. About 40 minutes later, here comes the turkey with the baked potatoes, but they take the skin off the baked potatoes and there'd be like a glaze on them. And a nice salad, too. You had to have something healthy in there. And it was just heaven. And then the desserts came a little later. And oh my goodness. I love Disneyland. We'll be leaving with friends next week for one full week of fun in Florida. So that would be Disney World. Gypsy Diamond. She was a gypsy woman. Yeah. Yeah. I lived in Los Angeles for a year and I never got to, yeah, I'm making you hungry, Dr. Guy. I know. I know. It's one of those things, isn't it? Yeah, there's nothing like an Italian Christmas. But I lived in Los Angeles for a year and never got to Disneyland, kind of because I was by myself the whole time. I was working as a security guard and an extra in the movies and going to a lot of TV shows. I always like to mention that one time while standing on Hollywood Boulevard, this guy came up to me. He was handing out tickets to other people and said, um, well, there's this new show called Mork and Mindy starring Robin Williams. Would you like to go? It's really good. It's really good. And I thought, who the heck is Robin Williams? No, it's okay. I passed on that one. I passed on seeing the genius of Robin Williams. I'll never get over that. But I did see Hollywood Squares, and I saw Johnny Carson twice with Johnny Carson there. And Tom Snyder was actually his guest once when I saw a taping in Burbank, California, and he hated Tom Snyder. So they say, and Tom Snyder is one of my favorite interviewers ever. Mention Tom when we talk about the Beatles. Um, but yeah, we definitely want to do that guy when I get it all together. Wow, Jack. See, now I don't know what you're wowing. You got to tell me what I said that gets the wow. Oh, well, you mean I saw Johnny Carson? Yeah, that was thrilling. If that's what you're talking about, it really was. What did Johnny Carson say in the later years, anyway, after every monologue as the camera went dark and they went into commercial? Oh, grit, he screamed out. It wasn't really grit that he said, but yeah, I want to keep it clean here. Dr. Guy is here. Dr. Guy, he's a theologian, for goodness sakes. It'd be like cursing in front of my pastor. Yes, I am doing beyond blatant BS.